Introducing the next speaker, Mr. Jim Ball. Unexpected Adventure. Unexpected Adventure, Mr. Jim Ball.
Thank you, Alan. Welcome to Toastmasters. This adventure began a long, long time ago on an island far, far away. It began when my family and I, we were going to take a cruise, and we were going to leave from Galveston. So we drove to Galveston, drove up to Galveston, we saw the giant Carnival cruise ship and got on board. Headed out toward Cozumel. And as you head out from Galveston, if you know, there's a lot of offshore rigs, and there's a path that the ships have to move up and down so that they won't hit the rigs at night. And actually, some of the FMC service hands were there, so we waved at the service hands, and they waved back. And we're having a great day at sea, headed toward Cozumel. Well, when we arrived in Cozumel, we deboarded and went to a beach in Cozumel. If you've ever been to the Caribbean, there's beautiful white sand beaches, the aqua blue water was out there. We were just enjoying the day there. And we enjoyed it a little bit too long, because when these cruise ships call on a port, they leave at a certain time. Well, we stayed there a little bit late, and so we had to hurry back to the cruise ship. We left the beach and hailed a Mexican taxi, and he took us, but this was his first day on the job, so he was going back to the pier, and he took a wrong turn in Cozumel. And we were driving up and down streets. He didn't know how to get to the pier, and he was asking people. We finally arrived at the pier just to see the Carnival cruise ship disappear over the horizon. There we are, stuck in Cozumel, no bags, no hotel room, and no place to stay. So we asked him, how can we get back to the States now that we're stuck in Cozumel? He said, actually, you could go to Cancun, because there's ships going out there for a night at sea, and then it's coming to call Cancun the next morning. And you can rent this motorboat from my brother, and you can go there tonight. Okay, well, we know how to steer a motorboat. So we left at night, and we headed toward Cancun. If you've ever been to the Caribbean, and it was a full moon, the soft moonlight was coming down the sea, it's really a pretty sight. And you really don't need lights to see. So we were heading toward Cancun at nighttime, and about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, the ship began to leak. I said, oh, we might have a problem here. So we kept going, and another hour, a board broke loose, and the water was coming into the ship, and we were going to have to abandon ship. So all my family put on our life jackets, and we jumped overboard, and here we are, bobbing in the Caribbean with the full moon, hoping someone will rescue us later, because they knew we were coming to Cancun, so we're waiting for the rescue. But at that moment, a dorsal fin appeared around, and another one also. And there was 4 dorsal fins circling us, and then a fish. Then she bumped my wife, and she screamed, and we were afraid we were in a pack of sharks, because that's the characteristic of a shark. He'll touch the prey first before he attacks. So we were getting a little bit scared, and then another fish bumped me, and I looked down, and that wasn't the cold, dark, black eye of a shark. That was a fish that grinned. That was a dolphin. So my goodness, we were being protected by a family of dolphins. And then before we knew it, my son grabbed onto a dorsal fin, and my daughter did too, and we were riding dolphins toward Cancun. So the sun was starting to come up, and the townspeople were cheering. They had seen about this family being saved by a family of dolphins. So we arrived in Cancun, and the cruise ship arrived. We boarded the cruise ship, and were celebrated that we were safe and sound, and word began to spread around the country. So we returned to Galveston, and as we deboarded, the paparazzi was there. So we had to go through then, taking our pictures taken, doing interviews, and we went through all that, and the news kept spreading, and we made the talk show circuit in the United States. We went to Oprah, we went to Fox and Friends, we went to Letterman, so we were on the talk show circuit, and this adventure, which began with one wrong turn in Cozumel, ended up with my family and I starring in a show on Animal Planet called Rescued by Dolphin.